Assembling a document through HotDocs is a simple process. Launch HotDocs by clicking on the icon on your taskbar or use your Start menu. This brings up the last library that was open. Select the document you would like to assemble. You can begin assembly by double-clicking on it, highlighting it, and then right-clicking and selecting Assemble, or Enter, or highlighting it and clicking on Assemble. The next screen that appears is the HotDocs answer file box. You can browse to your default location or other locations by clicking on the Open Answer File button to bring up existing client information. If it is a new client and this is filled out with previous client's information, you can click on the button for a new answer file. By default, I have a new answer file selected. On the left-hand side, you see the client information dialog and listings for the other dialogues that will be asked. On the right-hand side are the variables associated with that dialog or the actual place where you put in the answers to the questions. You can resize these panes by sliding the divider back and forth between the two. To advance between the two fields, you can use your Tab key to go forward or your Shift tab to go backwards. In this box, we can see that it is a drop-down multiple choice. I can select on the down arrow and select the appropriate answer. The marital status question has 3 different options. If I select one and then change my answer, the previous answer disappears. So a radio button means select one. Information can then be completed by entering it into the dialog. On date variables, you will always see a calendar button to the right. As you click on it, it brings up a calendar and you can scroll back and forth between the information. This is convenient where the date is recent or you need to skip simply ahead 1 year. If it is a date years in the past, oftentimes it is more convenient simply to type in the date. If you do not enter a 4-digit year, it will give you a warning. Because I have answered that Marvin is married, on the left-hand side, when I advance to the next dialog, you will see an additional dialog asking for the spouse's information up here. To go to the next dialog, I can either use page down or I can click on the left-hand side. I'm going to press page down. As you can see on the left-hand side, I now am asked for the spouse's information, and my cursor is put into the first field of that dialog for the spouse's first name. By default, because they are married, the last name of Smith is merged into this field, but I can change this. I can go ahead and complete this information as I have it, or leave it blank if I do not know all of the information. I'm going to go ahead and click on Page Down to go to the next dialog of Separate Contact. This question asks me if there is a separate contact. If I say yes on the left-hand side, contact information will appear, and if I say no, it will skip that question and it will not appear. The appointment information is also available to be entered here, and whoever the responsible attorney is. I will go ahead and select that information and go to the final dialog at the end of the interview. Here we have several different options. The first option that I'm going to discuss is to send the assembled document to Microsoft Word and close this window. I have the button checked, so upon finishing this, I do not have to go back into my interview and save my answers and then once again close down this interview, but it will automatically close down the interview for me. The second option gives me the option to merge this particular letter into an existing document that is open. As you can see down on my taskbar, I do not have Microsoft Word open or an existing document, so this is not what I would choose to do at this time. The third option is I could actually save this Word-based document and close the window by checking this box and then selecting the Save button. I'm going to go ahead and select the first option I discussed about sending it to Microsoft Word. If I wanted to complete any additional questions, I could go back to those unanswered questions by selecting the first button. As you can see down at the bottom, my Microsoft Word is flashing, letting me know that it is opening and that the letter is being merged. I also have an option to go ahead and save this answer file. I'm going to go ahead and do this because I want to use this information for future documents. Okay. My interview window closed, and as you can see behind, I have Microsoft Word open. I'll click on that and it brings me here to my letter. As you can see, I have some unanswered information that I did not complete in my interview. I have a couple of options at this point. I can either go back and complete my interview, or if it's not applicable, I can delete that whole paragraph and simply save my document and send it out to my client. This is a regular Word document that you can add or delete text from and save it by using the regular Word function or through my document management system.